Hey folks, Pastor Josh here. It is Holy Week, and because it's Holy Week, I want to take an opportunity every single day and to share some scriptures about some things that happened in Jesus' life in that final week of his life, leading up to his death on a cross on Friday and his being raised from the grave on the following Sunday. And there's so many beautiful things that happened. So I want to take an opportunity every single day and just share with you some of the things that transpired in Jesus' life leading up to his death and resurrection. The story I want to share with you today is found in Matthew chapter 21. And it's kind of crucial as to helping us understand exactly what Jesus' mission was. It starts in verse 12 of Matthew chapter 21. Jesus entered the temple courts and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers. The blind and the lame came to him at the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the teachers of the law saw that the wonderful things he did, and the children shouting in the temple courts, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were indignant. Did you hear what these children are saying? They asked him. Yes, Jesus replied. Have you not read? From the lips of children and infants, you, Lord, have called forth your praise. And there are a few different things that are happening here. First of all, Jesus goes into the temple. Now remember, the temple is something that he designed, and he had a very specific purpose for it as he gave the plans to Solomon those centuries earlier, that he wanted his temple to be a place where anyone from any place in the world could be able to come and to seek the true one and only God of the Israelites. And so he made special places for them to be able to come. Even if they were not Jews, they should still be able to come and seek God in the temple. Well, over the years, the Jewish leaders had begun to encroach in those areas, those temple courts where the Gentile could come and to visit, and they set up these areas of commerce. And what they were using these areas of commerce for was that when people would bring a sacrifice to the temple, to give a sacrifice on behalf of their family for the forgiveness of sins or just a sacrifice to God, the sacrifices were given to the priests, and the priests would then look at the sacrifice, examine it, and determine whether or not it was a suitable sacrifice. Well, 9 times out of 10, it was deemed to be a not suitable sacrifice. But don't worry, they would say, right over here in the temple courts, you'll be able to find a booth of someone who is selling pre-approved sacrifices. You can purchase one from one of them. Now, what happened was these pre-approved sacrifices were 10, 20, even 30 times the cost. And so everyone was making money. There were kickbacks. There was just so much bad business happening that the people of God were being squeezed out, and this angered Jesus. So he went in there and he kicked everyone out, pushed everyone out, and opened it back up. And we know that it worked because in that moment, we see the lame and the blind and the children coming back to Jesus, finding God in the temple court that he had designed for them. And that's beautiful, a beautiful parallel that we can draw in our own lives. When we clear out the clutter, when we push out the mess, when we get away from the very things that are keeping us from God, we have space to meet with him. Hopefully this week, among all weeks in our busy lives and our busy schedules, we'll push back the clutter and we'll find the opportunities to meet with God. Thanks and happy Holy Week.